These are the 5 things that you need to know before selling your home. I'm Patrick Grosser with the 513 Flat Fee Real Estate Group at Fathom Realty. I'm a full-time listing agent in Cincinnati, serving Ohio and Kentucky. There's hundreds of questions you may have before you sell your home. These are the 5 things you absolutely need to know before you start the process of selling your home. Number 1, you need to know what your home is worth. It's not enough to look at the Zestimate or get some sort of other automated valuation, because those do not account for the quality of the condition of your home, especially on the interior. As you can imagine, those algorithms are just aggregating data. It can be accurate depending on the situation if you have an average home and there's lots of comps around. But in a lot of cases, they're just not accurate. In fact, you may have heard the story of the CEO of Zillow selling his home for less than the Zestimate, which is absolute proof, of course, that even he doesn't trust that valuation is correct. So in order to know for sure what your home is worth, you need a professional market analysis from a full-time real estate agent. If you don't set the right price when you list your home for sale, if you price too high, you'll sit on the market for a long time. And if you price it too low, you're going to be selling it for less than it's worth. Obviously, you don't want either of those scenarios. I'll link another video here that I did about setting the right price and how important that is. But for now, that's the first thing you need to know before selling your home, is what your home is worth. Number 2, you need to know how to prepare your home for sale. So you need to know what repairs need to be done, what upgrades you may need to do, what cleaning, what staging needs to be done on the interior, on the exterior, what needs to be done in general, and also a detailed list of the things you may need to do to increase the perception of quality of your home of potential buyers. So that's not only in person when the buyers are there in an in-person showing, but it's also when they're viewing your home online, the photography, the videography. We need to prepare your home for sale in terms of getting it ready for photography as well, to make sure that your home presents in its best light, that the perception of quality that the potential buyers have when they first experience your home online is of the utmost quality, so you can sell for top dollar. So again, you need to understand specifically what upgrades, what repairs you may need to do, what cleaning, what staging you need to do inside and out in order to prepare your home for sale. And it's not enough to get that from an interior designer or a friend or a family member. You should really get that advice from a professional real estate agent who understands how these potential changes would impact your marketability and ultimately the results you get from the sale of your home. Number 3, you need to know your options for hiring professional help. Now, if you plan to list for sale by owner, you can kind of skip past this part, but I'll link a video here where I do a deep dive on how to choose the right realtor, the 4 real estate agent models, to give you the pros and cons of each to understand which may be the best fit for you. But of course, in most cases, most homeowners decide to hire professional help because they don't have expertise in selling homes, or they haven't done it in a long time, or they just simply don't have the time to do it, or they don't really want to put that much effort into it. They want to have it done for them. So that's certainly the most common option for most homeowners. But it's very important to understand what your options are in terms of full service versus limited service, or a commissioned agent versus a flat fee agent. And even after you compare those different models and understand what's the best fit for you, as you interview agents, you'll realize that each agent has a different style, a different approach, even a different strategy entirely on how to handle the process of selling your home to get you the best results. You need to ultimately decide what is best for you, but you need to dig deep when you interview those agents to ask questions and get line item services, understand the pricing model that they have, and get really specific on actually what they're going to do to get the job done for you, ultimately to choose what's the best option for you. But in general, you need to understand what your options are if you want to hire a realtor to help you sell your home. Number 4, you need to know how much money to expect to get at closing. This is referred to as your net proceeds. Most professional real estate agents, when they have their initial meeting with you, will have done some research on that, can do the line item expenses in addition to commissions or flat fees that you pay realtors, but what other taxes, what other prorations are there that you're going to have to account for? What about buyer's closing costs or repair costs after inspection. You want to get a good estimate, line item, and then the bottom dollar of what to expect. Now, of course, that's going to change over time depending on how offers, negotiations, inspections go, but you want to get a good idea before you start the process of selling your home. Begin with the end in mind. Ultimately, this is a financial transaction here. You want to know what is the bottom line. What are you going to get at closing in terms of that wire or that check that you're going to walk away with, your net proceeds. So make sure you get an estimate for that, again, with a real estate professional, and dive deep with them, ask questions, make sure that this is very specific to your situation so you can understand what to expect in terms of your proceeds at closing. Number 5 is you need to know how long this is going to take. Now, this may be the most important thing depending on your situation, especially if you're trying to line up your home purchase or if you're renting wherever you're moving to with the sale of your home. Obviously, you need a place to live. You probably don't want to have to move twice. So if you want to make a smooth transition from your current home to the next one, if you haven't already moved out, that's extremely important to understand how long is this going to take. It also, of course, impacts you financially to understand when you're going to get those proceeds from your sale. Because as you look at the comps, the homes that have sold recently near you, you'll get a good understanding of what the average days on market are. That'll give you a good idea of how long it takes to go from active to under contract, and then also how long that pending process takes from contract to closing. So make sure you dive deep on that. So if you want to make a smooth transition to the next place you're going to live, make sure you understand how long it's going to take to sell your home from start to finish. Those are the 5 things that you need to know before selling your home. There are many other questions that come up. Hopefully that helps you to focus on the most important ones. But if you have any remaining questions that we may be able to help you with, and if you're in the Cincinnati area, feel free to get in touch with us. The best way to do that is to go on our website at 513flatfee.com. You'll see a couple different places on the homepage there where you can click the link to schedule a call. We'll set aside some time, dedicate that to you to assess your needs, to answer your questions, and to at least point you in the right direction, regardless of whether or not we end up working together. Hopefully we can at least answer some of those questions for you initially. And if you're not in our area, you can certainly reach out to us and do the same process. If we can't help you here, we can at least get some questions answered for you generally. And if you need more specific questions that are specific to your area, we can refer you to an agent in that area that can help you as well. I'm Patrick Grosser with the 513 Flat Fee Real Estate Group at Fathom Realty.